In this lesson, we are going to learn about adjustment layers. Adjustment layers are great to control colors and various effects globally. Rather than applying effects on each layer, we will have to apply effects only on the one layer and it will affect all underneath layers. Let me show you. I have created several layers here, including this black solid layer at the very bottom. Let's lock it so that it might not get selected anyway. These all are shape layers. Actually, all shapes have been created by basic circles. We have just used dotted strokes to generate different kinds of shapes, and we have also tried to give them digital look. We will learn how to create these shapes in further lessons. And I have also made them 3D. Topmost layer is actually a null layer, and we are using it as a controller of all these shape layers. And don't worry about how we have generated these shapes, how we have created this controller, and how to animate them. These all are covered in detail in this course, step by step. So we have just made a very simple 3D animation. It's only 7 seconds long. But it's looking quite boring because we are trying to make a digital animation and it's just black and white. So to give it a feel, we have to apply colors and some glow on these shapes. And we have two ways to do it. First, select shapes one by one and change their color and apply necessary effects on that. But it will be very time consuming, and it's also very difficult to match colors of each shape unless we match colors with the RGB values. So we have a better way to do it with the help of adjustment layers. Let me undo it. Now go to Layer, New, and create an adjustment layer. So there will not be any background on it. It will be just a blank layer. And After Effects will put this symbol in front of it so that we can easily recognize that it's an adjustment layer. Press Enter to rename it. And let's call it adjustment layer. Now to colorize our shapes, I am going to use Tint Effect. So go to Effects and Presets panel and search for Tint Effect. Here is it. Now just apply this effect to the adjustment layer and let's change its color. Well, I am going to use bright shade of blue color in order to give it a feel of digital design. Interesting. Now adjustment layer will affect all underneath layers. So all shapes are get colorized. Now let's use glow effect to give some shining. Let's search for it. Just apply effect to the adjustment layer. Now play with these settings to get required result. So there is nice glow on all shapes. Now it's looking interesting. So you can see how easy it is to use adjustment layers and how much effective they are to save our production time. And the great thing about it is that whenever you need to remove effect, you need not to undo a lot of times to change setting on each particular layer. You just need to turn off visibility of the adjustment layer and effects will be hidden. And you can also transform this adjustment layer so that it will only affect certain parts of the underneath layers. You can also do it by using the transformation properties of the layer itself. Just unlink it and use this scale property. Let me undo this. Now let's move this adjustment layer below to the controller layer. You can see nothing will get changed because our controller layer is just a null layer. There is nothing on it, so nothing will get changed. But if we move it below to the other layers, upper layers will not be affected by it. Now it will only affect last 3 layers. Now if we move it to the upper side, more layers will get changed. So adjustment layer will only affect those layers which are below that. Let's make it some more interesting. So create a solid layer first. Let's call it grid. Keep it to the comp size and choose whatever color you want. Now go to Effect, Generate and choose Grid. And it will create grids something like this. Let's change it to the width slider and increase its width. You will have also many settings here. Just check them to modify the grid effect. Now let's pull this grid below to the all shape layers. And as soon as we put it, its color will be changed due to adjustment layer and glow effect will be applied.